somebody's hurting in their butt. And I do mean a lot. Somebody's hurting in their butt a lot. Somebody's hurting in their butt a lot. And that guy is Dan Crenshaw. You know, for a guy who doesn't like Tucker Carlson, you know, he sure does talk about him a lot. And, you know, it's sort of like it's a reverse, like obsession. Like he's thinking that Tucker Carlson's obsessed with him. No, I think you're obsessed with Tucker Carlson because you went on Piers Morgan's show. No, actually, first of all, you did an interview with a British news agency. Then you go on Piers Morgan's show. And then you go on Russell Brand's show. And you talk about Tucker Carlson. Like, here's the thing. If you're so obsessed, go on his show. If you're so hurt, or if you think you could defeat Tucker Carlson on a show, go and talk about him. But I've never seen a grown man and a serving congressman get so upset, because if there's one thing the internet has taught me, if you show your emotions about a person, they've already won. Okay? Because you got to be calm, cool, and collective. The only way you win is by not talking about them at all. The only way you win is by one day when you do, you could say, hey, I got this, I got that. The only way you can win is really being factual with everything, but you're not dropping facts. So I want to pull up this video here. Because it sounds like somebody's afraid. So much fear, so much noise.
Notably Tucker Carlson, who's my friend. I love Tucker Carlson, just so you know, we've not met before. But I also know that, like any public figure, you attract a lot of ire and criticism.
Have you ever met Tucker?
We've talked a lot.
Do you see an opportunity for Rick?
Now, yeah, he did make that comment of threatening to end Tucker or whatever, or get an altercation with him. Like, horrible choice of words, but maybe debate him.
Conciliation.
Oh, with Tucker, not with Tucker. There's a huge difference between a misstep and, I think, an open hostility. And with somebody like Tucker, you know, you know, what's the backstory behind this crazy hot mic story, which I obviously think is kind of the lamest story ever, as far as supposed death threats go. Of course, I'm not going to actually kill Tucker.
But you did make it. You did kind of set it passe. I mean, what's wrong with you, buddy?
The thing is you got to go a few years back. I mean, Tucker has been taking ill-intentioned swipes at me since about 2022, going far worse than Pete Davidson ever did. I mean, this really started in the, I can't remember what the issue, I think, was probably Ukraine funding, and him coming after me completely unprovoked. I never mentioned Tucker's name ever before that. And I actually continued never to mention his name publicly for maybe a year or two after that. But he comes after me supposedly on a policy issue, but making it very personal, right? Calling me, using my eye patch again as a way to insult me. So you're using my war wounds to insult me, which is funny because Tucker was, of course, one of those people feigning outrage when Pete Davidson did what he did. But of course, he's allowed to do it and actually go much further, call me a traitor. He's called me sinister. He's called me all sorts of slanderous names over the years. So there's it's hard to see space for reconciliation in this kind of environment where there's just a complete lack of mutual respect.
You know, I gotta say that. Wah, wah, wah. It's like a crybaby. Come on. There'll be no reconciliation. You know what people are really thinking when they hear that? Here's what they think about it.
And here's what I think about it.
There you go. And that's the truth of it. That's what people are thinking about it. Come on, Dan. Seriously? Like, that's what you're gonna do. That's your big brain tactic, and that is, Tucker Carlson hurt my feelings, so I'm upset and I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry real bad. Where? No reconciliation. Okay, fine. You know what? Here's the thing. You know, there's a lot of podcasters and commentators out there. You know, I mean, look at Ro Khanna, for example. This is a positive thing I'm going to say about him. Everybody, hold on. Put down your tomatoes. Hear me out here. I'll give Rokana credit. He goes on the Jimmy Dore show. He went on RBN show. He went on Savvy Sab show. And yes, he got smacked around. It was funny, but fine. Is there still maybe some, jabs here and there, but whatever. Fine. But I mean, swallow your pride and move on.org. I mean, Joe Rogan's had people on his show. Piers Morgan's had people on the show. Both of these people had people on that don't like them or are critical of them. And the thing is, okay, fine. But you talk to the person. You talk to the person. I'm going to say that again for the people in back. You talk to the person. TALK, talk. Just like I say, there should be no reconciliation. I mean, this is the internet, okay? And people say things all the time. People say mean things about me. All of you have dealt with trolls who said mean things about all of you. And the thing is, you move on, or either that, hey, you swipe right back. But this is a sitting congressman who, by the way, I want to point it out here, is so upset about Tucker, he's obsessing about him. But there's a little bit of a response here, okay? This was like on March 12th. I give up. No, don't give up, Tucker. We asked this guy many times to have a direct conversation. He won't come on without a bodyguard. Pathetic. But honestly, I'd still like to hire him as a financial advisor. Whoa. Dan Crenshaw's on that list of people for unusual whales. I'll pull that up soon. He's the man you need picking your stock markets in a bear market. I want to pull this up here. Let's go and play this.
He's begged us to go on his show since that time. We said, look, why don't you how about a moderated debate? He said, oh no, we're not going to do that. So he's not, I don't think he's a very serious person. I think he used to be. Don't see that anymore, right? It's like I'm out of control on Twitter because every once in a while I respond harshly to lies told about me. Yeah, I just don't take it lying down. Yeah, that's me. No, I apologize to no one for it.
I'll pull this up here. This is from Unusual Whales. This is, hey, Tucker wasn't wrong about his picking him for bear market, but honestly, I'd like to still hire him as a financial advisor. He's the man you need picking your stocks in a bear market, because Unusual Whales, if we just, let me count this down properly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, hey, 10 is Nancy Pelosi. 11, 12. At number 13, Dan Crenshaw. Weighted percentage change of Congress portfolios in 2024. My goodness, look at all this. Look at how good Congress is just beating the system, gaming the system. Many in Congress made huge gains alongside a record S&P 500 year. I mean, look at this. They are doing it. They are living it up and living their best lives, as they should, all the time, every time, right? Because that's what we want from our elected officials, to do insider trading, to be making it big, in my opinion. In my opinion, it looks like the Democrats and Republican lawmakers like Dan Crenshaw, or Democrat lawmakers like Nancy Pelosi, seem to be living it up and doing pretty good for themselves. I mean, look at all that. Look at all these gains. Look at all of this. I mean, it's showing the gains in all their stocks, and yet they're doing so well. Doesn't that just warm your soul, warm your heart? I mean, they've been doing this for how many years now? I mean, they've been living it up, but yet you're assuming, Representative Dan Crenshaw, that Tucker is just somehow this evil bad guy in the distance. No, he's not. He's just, yeah. If you want to prove him wrong, show him up on a show. Go on a show. Do that. Do this. After all, it's St. Paddy's Day. Put aside your differences. Maybe reach out to Tucker and have a beer.